Hello everyone, in this video, I'll be translating and summarizing the latest Urdu broadcast by Moeed Pirzada to make it accessible for our English-speaking audience. Let's go through the key developments and insights in Moeed Pirzada's words. In today's video, my complete focus is on Pakistan, on Pakistani politics, on Imran Khan, on Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, or PTI. And I will try to answer this question, with your help. Why is there no mention of Imran Khan anywhere in the world these days? This question was raised via a tweet by Mr. Sadanand Doom, an Indian-origin journalist who writes a column for the Wall Street Journal. His tweet questioned why Imran Khan is not being talked about anywhere anymore. Why is he still in jail? Why has he slipped into obscurity? A year ago he was constantly being talked about, so why not now? But before getting into that question and all its details and my analysis, let me briefly describe where I am. I'm currently about 80 miles from New York inside Yale University in New Haven, which is in the state of Connecticut. To my left is Ezra Stiles College. Behind me is the large Barnes and Noble bookshop, commonly known here as the Yale Bookshop or the Yale University Bookshop. I had never seen the Yale campus before. I've visited campuses like Harvard and MIT, but I got the opportunity today, being a holiday, to see Yale as well. I've taken many photos, some by me and some from the internet, to show you how, when you come here and look at the buildings and their architecture, you're strongly reminded of England and Britain. Yale's buildings reflect the 18th century architecture of Cambridge and Oxford. It's deeply influenced by old British Gothic architecture. Just like Oxford and Cambridge have colleges with individual gates you enter through here too, for example. To my left is Ezra Stiles College, and I can show you images of other similar colleges. Yale University began in 1701, in the early 18th century, and for nearly 320 years now, it has been progressing continuously. Like Harvard, Stanford, Columbia, and Princeton, Yale is a prestigious Ivy League university in the United States. The only difference is that while Harvard focuses on law and business, Yale has a major focus on literature, music, drama, architecture, and the arts and sciences. We'll keep talking about it maybe another time. Now, let me return to the main question I mentioned earlier, that Wall Street Journal columnist Sadanand Doom raised a question via tweet. That the biggest story in South Asia right now should be, why is no one talking about Imran Khan anymore? Just a year ago, he was a galvanizing cause inside Pakistan and for the Pakistani diaspora around the world. Yet now his name is nowhere to be found, even though he's still rotting in jail. Sadanand Doom observed that even influential Pakistani groups and diaspora communities in places like London and Texas are not mentioning him anymore. They've also hit the mute button. Meanwhile, Pakistan's Army Chief Asim Munir is seemingly reaching dizzying heights of popularity and access. People are stunned at how widely discussed and accepted he has become recently. Doom's tweet received a lot of responses. I'll show you the tweet. You'll also see responses from people like Mehmal Safraz and others. I too, quote, tweeted Doom's post and said I would try to respond to it in writing. That also received significant reaction. People gave various explanations. Some said the Israel-Iran war diverted attention. Others blamed Gaza. Some responses were outright rejections or highly emotional reactions. I will write more about this soon, but for now, let me offer a verbal analysis. Some people believe I'm partisan. In contrast, Doom, as a journalist with no dog in the fight, is expected to be neutral. People think I can't present an objective analysis because I'm too involved, but I will still try to provide one here, and then you're welcome to discuss it. I look forward to reading your comments. First, let's analyze this. We must recognize that the absence of Imran Khan from the news in the United States or the United Kingdom and from news inside Pakistan are not the same thing. These fall into entirely different categories. In Pakistan, there is active suppression. There is tyranny, control, regulation. All news outlets, courts and platforms are heavily regulated. People are picked up, abducted really, so Pakistan falls into a completely separate category. To highlight the reality, I'll show you some recent screenshots from two major English-language newspapers in Pakistan, Dawn and the Express Tribune. Their headlines mostly focus on Muharram or on warnings from the PDMA about massive flooding in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa due to glacial melting, or on international news or on sports. But you won't find a single headline or news story focused on Imran Khan or Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf. If there is any mention, it's only in a negative context, like the Supreme Court giving reserved seats to the ruling PMLN, or that the Election Commission has notified new seat allocations, making PMLN a two-thirds majority party, or that they've withdrawn the delay on elections in KP due to the earlier unresolved reserved seat issue. You may find an occasional headline like a Lahore High Court verdict against Imran Khan, but not a single positive or descriptive news story about him or PTI politics. The same is true for ARY News, once seen as sympathetic to PTI. If you look at their last 24 hours of videos, they focus on things like a building collapse in Karachi or other events, but no mention of Imran Khan. This gives Doom's questions significant traction. That traction increases further when you see that even PTI's own YouTube channel has no direct news about Imran Khan in the last 24 hours. If anything is mentioned, it is indirect. A more intelligent, logical explanation emerges when you look at a recent tweet by Imran Khan's sister, Alima Khan. It's not her first tweet about this. She's been consistently stating over the past few weeks that Imran Khan has been kept in solitary confinement and that this isolation is only increasing. She says it's been maybe 6 months since he's spoken to his sons. His family can't meet him, even when his sisters Noreen and Uzma are allowed to visit. What used to be a 30-minute visit has been reduced to 15 minutes, and even that comes after long gaps and interruptions. Alima, who has become a de facto spokesperson for Imran Khan, says even she isn't allowed direct access. No one can meet Imran except his immediate family. Alima says that in the last 24 to 36 hours, only one 75-second meeting with a lawyer was allowed. He can't meet party leaders either. Even his personal doctors, Dr. Asim and Dr. Faisal, are not given access. She also claims he has not been given books or reading material, which affects his intellectual well-being. 2 days ago, she said that during a rare meeting, Imran Khan told his sisters that he has lost significant weight. Alima further alleges that this isolation is not due to the Adiala jail colonel in charge, but is heavily influenced by Maryam Nawaz, the Chief Minister of Punjab. Because Adiala jail is under the Punjab government, she argues that Maryam Nawaz's administration is deliberately increasing Imran Khan's isolation. So we see a deliberate strategy, whether from the colonel or Maryam Nawaz, to block all access to Imran Khan so that no news about him can come out. This is part of a broader strategy, and this comes at a time, within the last 48 hours, when we are also hearing reports that Nawaz Sharif has, in principle, decided to meet Imran Khan. The goal of that meeting would be to finalize certain matters, but as I've said before, this appears to be more about creating the image of Nawaz Sharif as a wise statesman than any real negotiation. Because right now Nawaz Sharif is deeply unpopular. He has no real political standing in the eyes of the public. So it seems this is more about trying to boost his stature by showing him as someone trying to settle matters or reach reconciliation with Imran Khan. Amidst the entire situation, you suddenly also receive news like this, because Imran Khan had earlier announced that after the 10th of Muharram, Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf would launch a protest movement. This movement was supposed to be launched earlier, but was delayed first due to the India-Pakistan war and later due to the Israel-Iran conflict. So now Imran Khan has said that the movement will be launched after the 10th of Muharram. Once this movement is launched, then you start getting different types of news. For example, in the last 48 hours, you might see an interview of a prominent Pakistani journalist, Mr. Fakhar, on siyasat.pk. He reveals that during a meeting between General Asim Malik and General Asim Munir with Trump's team, the team also raised the issue of Imran Khan, political prisoners, and the political situation in Pakistan. Similarly, you hear news about Nawaz Sharif wanting to hold meetings. So there's also an element of displacement and diversion within all this. Now let me move towards my analysis. In Pakistan there is suppression, tyranny and control. There's no doubt about it. So why are America and Britain so silent on Imran Khan's situation? Well, one reason is that so many things are connected to and dependent on Pakistan. If any news or movement originates from Pakistan, it really multiplies by the time it reaches the United States or the United Kingdom. But there are also other issues, at least 3 or 4 actually. First, there was a brief 4-day war between India and Pakistan. Then, not long after, came the Israel-Iran war. These events, they displaced attention from the news agenda, but 2 other important things happened. After Trump assumed power on January 20th, Pakistan's military leadership successfully engaged Trump's team using Pakistani diaspora members they had strategically positioned. They also used hired lobbyists to influence Trump's associates, like Steve Witkoff and his son Jack Witkoff, along with Trump's own sons, who were interested in minerals or cryptocurrency. Through them, they secured engagement with Trump and his team. But the most important development in all this, which had the biggest impact, was that the 4-day war between India and Pakistan shifted the entire political narrative in South Asia and inside Pakistan. As a result, public opinion shaped into the belief that national security is of utmost importance and that India poses an existential threat to Pakistan. Hence, the military and establishment are seen as very important, far more than anything else. Now, India's political narrative is different. Their argument is that the Sharif Zardari Asim regime in Pakistan orchestrated the Pahalgam terror attack to divert attention from their political unpopularity and gain public support, which led to war and helped them politically. However, on Pakistan's side, there's no single, unified narrative. Some people buy into this explanation, but a large number reject it. They claim that Narendra Modi conducted a false flag operation. Even many Imran Khan and PTI supporters believe this. If you read the comments under the current debate on Southern Doom, you'll see people expressing the view that the Pahalgam incident and the India-Pakistan war are part of Modi and BJP's effort to deprive Pakistan of its rightful water by suspending the Indus Waters Treaty. So what's the bottom line? The bottom line is that after the Pahalgam conflict, Pakistan's political narrative shifted and the current regime gained substantial legitimacy. Now, did Pakistan benefit from the war? No, Pakistan suffered losses. Apart from structural damages worth hundreds of millions of dollars, around 100 people died and hundreds more were injured. Especially if you look at the situation in Jammu and Kashmir, Pakistan endured significant losses. Its military bases were attacked, vulnerabilities exposed. As a state and society, Pakistan did not benefit, but the regime did. Politically, they gained legitimacy. This war led to closer ties between Donald Trump and the Pakistani regime, General Asim Munir, DGISI, and NSA. Trump praised General Munir and Pakistan's leadership several times. They even had an official lunch meeting with Trump's team, which lasted 2 hours instead of 1. As a result, a political narrative shift occurred in the United States too. Congress received a clear signal about Trump's stance on Pakistani politics. These developments disappointed many in the Pakistani diaspora. Their positions were displaced. Now, one crucial point is this. Imran Khan's political struggle is not an insurgency. It's not a guerrilla war, it's not a violent rebellion like the Viet Cong, Mukti Bahini, TTP, or the Baloch insurgency. Imran Khan's struggle is political and constitutional. It should be understood within the framework of politics. His struggle is a struggle of narrative and discourse, aiming to force the military establishment and the Sharif Zardari Asim regime into retreat through political pressure. So the regime's counter-strategy is to suppress Imran Khan's narrative, displace it, control it. When events like wars between India and Pakistan, or Iran and Israel occur, or rumors spread, like a prominent anchor currently suggesting that Israel and India plan to destroy Pakistan's nuclear assets, these are event displacements meant to shift the narrative. Obviously, those who carry forward the narrative, especially political activists, are targeted by the regime. For example, when some Pakistani activists gave speeches outside the Pakistani embassy in Washington, within 24 to 48 hours, around 8 to 10 of their relatives from different cities like Rawalpindi and Lahore were abducted and tortured. This is called transnational repression. These things show how, narrative displacement is used strategically. Now, a logical question arises. Will this last? Could this control collapse? Logically, although they've temporarily controlled the narrative, new events could shift it again. You can only suppress what's artificially created. My analysis suggests that the issues Imran Khan raises are original and genuine. His struggle is real and belongs to the people of Pakistan. You can suppress it temporarily, but you can't eliminate it. Let me give you an example to show how hard it is to eliminate genuine issues. In the past 24 hours, Saudi Arabia's Foreign Minister, Prince Faisal bin Farhan, was in Moscow for meetings. When asked about Saudi Arabia's position on recognizing Israel and normalizing relations, he said that Saudi Arabia's entire priority right now is achieving a permanent ceasefire in Gaza. He said that the way Israel is treating Gaza's civilians is converting everyone into militants. It's unnecessary, painful, unsustainable, and unacceptable for Saudi Arabia. He didn't say whether they would normalize ties with Israel or not. He said their priority is resolving the Gaza issue first. When he said this, it put pressure on Trump's administration again, which is pushing hard on Israel to secure a ceasefire and a deal, hoping that Trump could then bring Saudi Arabia into the Abraham Accords. This would then push countries like Pakistan, Bangladesh, Indonesia and Malaysia toward recognizing Israel as well. That's the project Trump wants to expedite. But that progress isn't happening because Israel's Prime Minister Netanyahu insists that Hamas must first release all hostages and guarantee that Hamas's military wing will be completely dismantled. Israel sees every able-bodied man or woman in Gaza as a potential militant. On the other hand, Hamas's new leader, identified in an Al Jazeera interview in January as Izz al-Din al-Haddad, says hostages will only be released once Israel guarantees a permanent ceasefire. Consider this. By October 7th, this war will have been going on for almost 3 years, with hundreds of thousands of bombs dropped on a tiny strip of Gaza, just 5 miles wide and maybe 25 miles long. Over 500 people have been reported dead, according to Gaza's health ministry. This war has also triggered conflict in Lebanon and between Israel and Iran. But the core issue still exists because it's genuine. Similarly, the issues in Pakistani politics are also real and authentic, and they won't go away easily. That wraps up our translation of Moeed Pirzada's video. I hope this English version helped you understand his message better. Please like, share and subscribe to Awami Lens to help our community grow. Don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of this effort.